Back to the campaign now. Vice President Harris aiming to shore up support among black men. And we've talked about this a lot the last couple of days. She actually has new proposals on this out today. Those proposals include $1 million fully forgivable small business loans, legalizing recreational marijuana, and there's more, as you see. Now, in a new interview, Harris told our next guest these ideas will benefit not just black men, but all Americans. Watch.
If you have public policy that recognizes historical barriers, and what we need to do then to overcome, first speak truth about them and then overcome them, that in the process of doing that, not only are you directly dealing with the injustices and the legal and procedural barriers that have been focused on black folks, but by eliminating those barriers, everyone actually benefits.
Okay, let's talk about this. The man who conducted the interview is with us, Roland Martin. Shows Roland Martin Unfiltered, which you can watch on YouTube. I just watched the whole interview with Harris on YouTube. Welcome, Roland. You can comment on that clip, but I'd also be curious, after you do an interview like this, what your takeaway is, what you think you learned after interviewing the vice president.
Well, first and foremost, the question that set that up was that was a clip that has been going across social media. Where folks have been criticizing her, saying, she's not going to do anything for specifically for African Americans. And what she's talking about is that, well, actually, things that have been done historically for that target African Americans have actually benefited others. And so when you think about the 13th, 14th, 15th Amendment, you think about the Civil Rights Act, the Voting Rights Act, Fair Housing Act, all of those were issues black people fought for but benefited other people as well. And so this idea that, first of all, this specific agenda is tailor-made, obviously, to black men, but there have been a number of things that the Biden-Harris administration has already done for African Americans that have also helped other folks as well. When you talk about the lowest black unemployment rate in history, when you talk about supporting and the fastest number of black-owned businesses open in a 3-decade period, $10 billion in federal contracts going to black-owned businesses, also increasing by triple the number of SBA backed loans to black businesses. Then, of course, the price of insulin directly impacts African Americans, older African Americans who have diabetes, many of our grandmothers and grandfathers. And so this is expounding upon that. And I think, frankly, what the Harris campaign should be saying is we did that. I mean, literally lay out, we did this, we did that, we did that, we did that, we did that, and then juxtapose that with saying what he did, it actually was negative towards African Americans.
So this idea, though, of helping all Americans versus just singling out or targeting one specific demographic group, the context to that might be the comments from President Obama last week, which you talked about on the show Friday, and we had some back and forth about this, where some people thought in the black community that, that rubbed them the wrong way a little bit. They felt like, hey, why is he singling out us and not talking about all voters?
Right.
Pick up on that a little bit if you can.
Well, one of the reasons why he was being criticized is because black men actually are the second largest group of Democratic voters behind black women. And also, when you look at right now, of all men, white men, Latino men, Asian men, African Americans black men will vote more for Vice President Kamala Harris than for Donald Trump. And so the reason what people were saying, people like me were saying, as opposed to only focus on, well, they're black men who are not going to vote for her because she's a woman. No, lay out exactly what they've actually done and also what she's actually going to do. Let's just be honest. There are men, regardless of ethnicity, in this country who do not believe that women should be in power. Do I believe that's a large number? The number is no. So I don't waste time with those men. I don't waste time with those cavemen. What you do lay out in terms of, and you also have to make the point that, wait a minute, we've got women governors, women mayors, women city council members, women U.S. senators, women congressmen, women county commissioners, county judges, on and on and on. So this notion that a woman can't lead is nonsensical. But you focus on what those individuals care about, and you speak to the issues and what's being accomplished. And so I've even challenged black men. When people say, well, I need to see a black male-specific agenda, I go, okay, name the issue. Be specific. And when I challenge most people on that, they actually can't name it. And then when they do, I say, well, they did this. They did this. They did this. The problem is folks don't know. And so the messaging issue for Democrats has been they haven't told their story in a way that directly appeals to black men and other people. I think you're seeing that. You're going to see more of that. And what they've laid out, they dropped today, I think speaks to that.
Okay. Thanks so much for watching. Just go to joinnn.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.